All right, real quick before I start this video, my wife might come home during the filming of this video, so if she just if you hear the door like wide open and see her walk in, that's why. She's at the store, so she might come home during this video. But I'm gonna do a video talking about something that I was really looking forward to this entire year that I knew was gonna be coming out, and a lot of people probably don't know this about me because I don't really talk about TV shows I watch and stuff like that. But I'm a big fan of King of the Hill. I've loved King of the Hill since it started back in like 1997, I think it was. And I've watched it since day one, since it started. And yes, I was like seven years old, probably 8 years old when I started watching it. So I've been watching it since day one. I don't remember every episode specifically watching it brand new, but the one I do remember watching brand new and having to wait for the season opener for is the skydiving episode with Peggy when she falls out of the plane to do the skydiving and her parachute doesn't open. No one knew if she lived or died, so that was a big cliffhanger. Of course she lived, but no one knew, and I remember that sucking when that happened because we had to wait for it, my brother and I. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this revival. And I was very skeptical about it at first, but then when I first saw the opening and some of the teasers and some of the leaked footage from like some of the teasers at like Comic-Con or wherever it was that people were getting like footage from, then I was less nervous about it. But I will say this. If you like the original, you should definitely give this a watch. I'm not saying it's gonna be for everybody because there's a lot of like changes they've made and they kind of try to modernize some things and have Hank adjusted things in a modern way, and it's not gonna appeal to everybody because Hank doesn't understand the technology and Uber and hybrid cars and all that stuff. Like some people are gonna like that. I didn't mind it as much. The parts of it that bothered me the most is some of the voice acting and like voiceover choices they did. But for the most part, the show in general, I think, is fairly solid and still stays true to what King of the Hill was. Just Hank and Peggy and Bobby. Well, more Hank and Peggy. Bobby lives in Dallas now because there was a time jump. Bobby is now 21, I believe, and runs a restaurant, a German Japanese fusion restaurant, also owned by Chain Wasana-san. So you do see Bobby older. It still has Pamela Adlon. I'll get to that in a second. That's one of the issues I have with it. It's not like a major deal breaking issue for me with the show. It's just something I noticed, but I'm gonna delve into that in a second. But just the overall show, it's still got the same feel and DNA of old King Hill, so it still works even today. The animation is good. It's not great. I prefer the original animation from like the first like I guess like 7 seasons before they started like with the newer animation style they use in like the early to I guess the mid 2000s to like late 2000s when the show was on its way out, basically the original run of the show. That's when I started to hate the animation of it and not really enjoy it as much, the animation style. This animation is kind of on par with that, but it looks a little bit better and more modernized, but it's still cheaply done animation. It's not as it's not as good or pleasing to watch, I guess, from an animation standpoint. If you like the original animation style of like hand drawn stuff, yeah, it's a little jarring, but other than that, like it's still pretty solid for what it is. All the characters' designs look good. Hank, Peggy, Bobby, Bill, Boomhauer, They all look the same. They all look fine. Aged up a little bit. Nancy, Khan, the Wasana sons, all them. They look aged up. They look fine. I like the way they look. I like the designs. They fit the characters very well. But I just don't. It just doesn't look like the old King of Hell that I grew up watching, which I didn't think it was going to because the animation was pretty much revealed in the little teaser trailers they did. So I knew what it was going in, but I just want to make you guys aware that if you're a big animation stickler, this probably won't be for you. But anyway, let's get into some of my gripes with it. Some of the things I did like about it. One of my major gripes with it, voice acting wise, is Pamela Adlon's performance of Bobby. Now, don't get me wrong, her as Bobby is still like perfect. I'm glad they kept that, but I just feel like she didn't quite capture the voice that Bobby should have at this age. And I get she's a woman, but like still, you could help her do that better by editing her voice, like pitch it down or something like that. She tries to pitch it down at some points, like his voice gets deeper, but for the most part, it still sounds like end of season, like end of series Bobby in like the late 2000s. It still sounds like 13-year-old Bobby, and it just sounds weird to me. I don't know, but you can tell there's some parts where she was trying to sound like that Bobby was older, and it was just weird to me. Keith David's character, Brian, I believe his name is, the guy that took over Hank's house when Hank moved to Saudi Arabia for work. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to get into like the plot of the show, why he's back in Ireland. I'm not going to spoil any of that. This is just my generalized thoughts on the show. I want you guys to experience the show. Spoiler free. I don't want to talk about too many of the plot points, but I will talk about little nuggets here and there. But basically, Hank moves back to Ireland from Saudi Arabia. He was there for, I guess, a few years. I don't know how long he was there. They weren't really specific. But basically, the guy Brian is the guy that was taking care of Hank's house when he was away. And got to know the guys, Dale, Bill, Boomhauer, all that good stuff. And he is, I want to say, like the first like main black character in the show besides like Roger Budisak. But like he seems like he's gonna be more of a like mainstay character because he seems to really jive with the guys and all that stuff. And he's played by Keith David. And I'm not trying to dig at Keith David here, but like there's some people that have like good vocal range and good voices for voice acting, but I just don't think Keith David has that because every character he voices either sounds like Spawn, Goliath, or the president from Rick and Morty. Like he doesn't change his voice at all. He more aligned changes the way the character was portrayed, like emotionally, but like his voice is just the same voice from Keith David over and over, which is fine because it's Keith David. Like he was probably a big get for the show, but like I don't know. I just wish he would try to do more with his voice and not make it sound like the president from Rick and Morty, because that's literally what Brian sounded like, was the president from Rick and Morty. And I don't even watch Rick and Morty that much. I've watched enough episodes to know what the president sounds like. So yeah, but his character overall was pretty good because I like the way he got to know the guys, got to know Bill. Bill becomes a shut-in. And got really overweight, basically obese, to where he could barely like get up and move. And then like they would do a weird time jump. They don't say how long, but Bill eventually gets back to like normal sized, like kind of fat, overweight Bill, but not like obese Bill. But that was kind of a weird choice to like not show the progression of his like weight loss, because like Hank even said like he was like I'm gonna do my bad Hank impression. He was like, Bill, we're gonna get you set up and we're gonna get you back to normal. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna show that. But then like next episode, it was just like he's back to normal. I'm like, I would have liked to see some of that like slice of life filler stuff, but whatever. That's just me. Um, but then of course, like I said, Bobby runs the restaurant, and you do see Connie and Joseph. Um, Connie is going to college. See, I don't want to spoil too much. This is going to be only spoiler right here because I kind of had to spoil a little bit of her character. But the one thing I didn't like about Connie in general in this show was the way she's portrayed. And that's the way she views like relationships, especially the one with Chain Wasana-san. Because she's in like an open relationship with Chain, and like they're all cool with it, but like Bobby's not. And like I don't mind people doing that. Like that's not my thing, but like it just doesn't seem like that would be a Connie thing. And why is she dating Chain? Like all throughout the series of King Hill, she hated Chain, and she always kind of liked Bobby, even when they broke up. So like, why the hell did she like openly date Chain? I think it was just to like appease her parents, honestly, because you know, Khan and Min have always had like a big, especially Khan has had like a big fascination with Ted and Melinda and having their money and their success and all that crap. But like I don't know, I just didn't like that whole thing with that. Because you know, eventually, if you've seen the leaks, that Bobby and Connie do hook up eventually. Joseph is still like weird and awkward. They changed his voice. I don't know who it is, but it's not Breckenmeyer. And I'm like, why did they change Joseph's voice? Like, he doesn't sound more Native American or anything like that. It just changed his voice. So I don't know why they did that, but whatever. It's fine because it's still like who I don't know who's doing it because the IMDb doesn't say yet, and I don't know by the credits who I'm looking at besides like the core people. But Joseph is still pretty much the same, just awkward 20-something-year-old dude. And that's still super weird. And Bobby mentions like at one point him taking Adderall or like some kind of ADHD medicine. So I guess Joseph got put on like ADHD meds or something at some point in his life. But yeah, his character's fine. But the time to address the elephant in the room that a lot of people are probably concerned with about the show, and that is the voice of Dale Gribble, Johnny Hardwick. Yes, Johnny did do some of Dale's lines in episodes before he passed away, which sadly they still don't know how he passed. I wish. See, not to go off on a weird tangent here, but like when a celebrity dies and they don't know, it always feels kind of unresolved. Like I just wish I knew like what his last moments were like, and if he was like suffered or something, because like it's just sad. Like no one knew he was dead for like days, if not a week, I think, or something like that. It's just sad. But anyway, so you do get to hear Dale, original Dale. they all sounded, when it was Johnny Hardwick, it did sound like strangely older than the others did. And I say strangely because none of the other guys really changed the way they voiced the character, but I don't know if Johnny did that himself um or if it was just Johnny got older and just his voice got, yeah, like I said, my wife might come in while I'm doing this video talking about Kano. So there you go. I warned you guys she might come in while I'm on the video. But anyway, um, but like I said, Johnny doing Dale, it sounded like he was ill or something. I don't know how to describe it. It definitely sounded older than it should have. Like, because he was 64, 63 when he did the recordings probably. So not much older than Mike Judge and all them. So I don't know if he was like sick and no one knew or if he didn't know, but his voice sounded very strained and like hoarse. I don't know. I know I'm harping on that, but it was just very jarring to hear like a old, like really older sounding Dale. And the other thing I didn't like about what they did with this, okay, I'd be mad at myself about because I forgot to mention this. I'll post this like near the middle of the video, but I forgot to mention Khan's new voice actor, Ronnie Chang, I think his name is. And he's like in his late 30s and he does Khan now. Khan used to be voiced by Toby Huss. I forgot to mention that. I meant to go back to it, but I forgot to because there's just so much to talk about. But I don't know, I didn't like the way he sounded. Like he sounded way too young to be like Khan, because you can tell Khan's older because he's like starting to lose his hair and stuff. It sounded way too young for Khan, I guess, but like at least they gave the voice to like an Asian person and not like a white guy, I guess. But I wish they would have just kept it with Toby Huss, but I get why they did it, but I don't know, just I didn't love his voice because Lauren Tom, Connie, is still Min. She's Min as well. She's been Min for like the entire series. Min sounded pretty much the same, a little bit older because obviously Lauren's older. And I forget who Chain is voiced by. It's not, I think it was Pamela before, but it's not Pamela now. And then Ted is, I forget what his name is, another Asian voice actor, which is good. They're representing the culture and all that. That's fine. He sounded fine. Like I actually liked the way his voice sounded. So Ted's fine. Khan is kind of weird. Hopefully Ronnie will get better at it and make it sound older, kind of like Pamela with Bobby, but I don't know. I just want to add this in there because I forgot to mention it. I was like, yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna put that in there just so people are like, well, why didn't you mention Khan? His voice sounds kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't want to, because like I don't want people thinking like, oh, you're just mad that's not the original voice. No, I legitimately it doesn't sound very good. Like it doesn't sound like he's in his 50s or mid 50s, like he's aged. Sounds like he's like still Khan. Like I don't know, it just sounds weird to me. I didn't like his I liked his character. His character's still the same. Just the voice is kind of jarring. Guess I just had to get used to it. Is what it is. But although one thing I do want to mention real quick, I do miss Ted Wasan's old voice because he sounded like this, super nice. Like I love the way he sounded because he reminded me. I'm gonna piss off a bunch of Trump supporters here, but he sounded like a rich, like Asian sounding Donald Trump like caricature. Like I don't know if that's what they were going for back then, but like that's what it sounded like to me. Like super nice. Peggy, you're super hot. Or it was just like super weird. I don't know if it was Mike. I don't even know who did original Ted. I, I, it kind of sounded like Mike Judge, but I'm not sure. It might have been Toby. I don't know. But I missed the original Ted voice just because it was so funny. But I'm glad they're actually like changing it and doing it in a more tasteful way than The Simpsons has done it. They're not just blasting a character away and looking at you Apu from The Simpsons, but at least they're recasting and doing the right thing. So that's the only thing I wanted to add in here. I'll add it in at some point in the video. So back to the video, guys. Sorry I forgot about that, but stuff happens during editing. I forget to mention stuff sometimes. But yeah, back to the video. When it comes to how they did the recording, like I understand, from what I understand, Johnny did 4 episodes before he passed. I was assuming, I don't know why I assumed this, but I assumed they were going to air the 4 episodes he did first, just to make it less of a like jarring thing. But that's not what they did. Because some episodes it'll be the new Dale voice, which is Toby Huss, which I'll get to that in a second. But then the other times it's Johnny Hardwick. And honestly, it was hard to tell if it was Johnny or Toby, which is a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, why did they? I guess they did it that way so people would, their brains would just like magically fix their like the way that the voice sounds to them. Because honestly, even when I knew, like, could tell it was Johnny, I was like, I don't know if this is Johnny or if this is Toby. And like when the credits would roll and I would see Toby or Johnny, I'd be like, okay, that was Johnny. So like it's almost indistinguishable to me, which is good because I think Toby did a really good job stepping up and doing Dale's voice. Because I really was worried that they were going to kill Dale off eventually or something like that when he passed. Because I knew he had probably been voicing some of the episodes already, but no, they did the right thing and had someone step in. And I'm sure Johnny is glad wherever he is. If you believe in heaven, if you don't, whatever, that's your prerogative. But if he's looking down right now and seeing the hopeful success of this, I'm sure he's pleased with what Toby has done with his character because it still feels like Dale. It still feels like Dale. He's still heavy into conspiracies and stuff like that. It still feels very Johnny-like and Dale-like. Because I think Johnny put a lot of himself into Dale, if I'm remembering correctly from like interviews and stuff. He was very much like a Dale type person. Not with just smoking, but just with like government conspiracies and stuff like that. Like he put that a lot of himself into Dale's character, I think, and that's what made Dale work back in the old King and Dale, back in the original series. It's because Johnny really put his heart and soul into that. So, and I could hear my brother watching it right now. He probably doesn't know I watched it way before he did, but it's good he's watching it while I'm doing this video, because he'll probably see I post this and then watch my video after he finishes watching the 10 episodes. And that's the other thing that really made me excited, is that they dropped all 10 episodes at once, which is good because I love to binge watch stuff. So that's what I did all last night, is binge watch this. And I must say I was pleasantly surprised by how much I actually enjoyed it and actually laughed at a lot of the jokes and stuff. Like Peggy's still Peggy. You do get to see like GH, Good Hank, Hank's half brother. I know it's weird that Hank has like a 12, 13-year-old brother, but Cotton's stuff obviously still worked when he got Dee Dee pregnant, so I'm glad they put that in there. That was kind of cool to see GH. That's a really good episode. I think you guys will enjoy that one. I don't know. Just overall, the show was really good. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where else it goes. Hopefully, it has at least like a few more seasons. I don't see them doing like another 13 season run or whatever it was. But maybe like, I think 4 seasons would be good for this. Maybe 5. But I just don't want it to get super stale or them to run out of ideas or something like that. Because that's what worries me about revival series stuff. Like, not to go into depth about Futurama, but some of the Futurama episodes were like very but a lot of the ones from this previous new season were pretty damn good. The season before that, like the first revival, wasn't super great in my opinion for Futurama, but this last season was pretty good. And I just don't want KSL to become like something of a like why is it still going on? Why are they still milking this? Because I don't know like where the show's going to go. I don't know if eventually they're going to keep aging Bobby up and maybe he'll have a kid down the line at some point. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But whatever they decide to do with it, I hope it's good. I mean, she hasn't even watched it yet. She's probably mad I watched it without her. Right? Oh, you never watched it. Did you watch it growing up?
What do you think?
I
watched it growing up.
It was on Fox. That's kid. You don't have to have cable to have Fox.
Yeah, no, we had basic.
So yeah, okay, that's basic.
Yeah, whatever they had. Yeah.
How did you guys not have Fox?
We did from time to time, but not all the time.
You see what I mean, man? Like what do you want me to do, man? I don't know. But anyway, to close this video, I really enjoyed KNL, and I'm just glad they kind of kept the same DNA, the same feel of it. It still feels like KNL. It still feels like Hank and Peggy has some weird eccentricities in this new revival. I don't want to spoil it because that actually made me laugh. I actually really enjoyed that. But yeah, this show's really good, and I can't wait to see where it goes from. If you guys like this video and want me to do like a deeper dive on like an episodic thing to where I give you my thoughts on all the episodes, let me know. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because I will do more videos like this if you guys like this kind of stuff. If not, I'll just do it whenever I feel like it. Like this. Like, I really want to do this one because I really enjoyed this more than I have Futurama in the past. Like I said, Futurama, the last season was better than the previous one. So, overall, I'm excited to see what they do with KNL, where they go with it. And also Futurama, not to harp on Futurama, but that is coming back in September as well. So I'm kind of excited to see where that's going to go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys go check it out. If you have Hulu or Hulu Disney Plus bundle, whatever you have, go check it out. Go check it out somehow, some way. It's definitely worth watching. I know my brother's watching it right now. He probably has no idea I already watched it. I don't know why he waited till now. I watched it as soon as midnight hit, 12:01. I was like, all right, we're lighting this candle. And I watched it. And it's some old Little Caesars pizza while I watched it. That's what I did. Old cold pizza. Cold pizza. Yeah. Yeah. Cold pizza. You like that?
No.
Yeah, you should. You like it.
No.
You like it. No, you like it?
No.
You guys probably heard that because I put the mic closer to this kitchen. He doesn't like cold pizza, but I do. Damn it. Okay, put in the comments below if you eat pizza cold or reheated when you eat pizza. Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video. I've been waffling for a while. I'm choking on my own spit here. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy Ken Hill. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Let me know what you guys think about Ken Hill in general. Like, I'm curious if a lot of the newer generation has watched Ken Hill, the original series, and or going to watch this one, because I really enjoy it. I love the original series, and this one's still going to be pretty good. So thanks for watching. I sell propane and propane accessories. And there, I did my Hank Hill impression. If you guys think it sucks, let me know, because she thinks it's funny, and my brother thinks it's funny, so whatever.
Funny.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And why are you gonna walk in here? You're not in this video. Get out. Alright, anyway, that's enough for us and me and us and things. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the interruption from my wife. I knew I was trying to get this done before she walked in the door from the store, but life happens, alright? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Rolling with Kevin. I'm rolling out. Peace. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did like it, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button for all notifications so you get notified if I go live, post a video, post on my community page, or anything like that if YouTube does notify you. Sometimes it doesn't always do it, but hopefully it does for you guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. Shoutouts go to my patrons, Sonny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Mac and Dude, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Scott, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Landon Ernhorn, Marcus Malahi, Brianna, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Koluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to support the channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help with the channel a lot to keep this going. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this has been Rolling with Kevin. And I am rolling out.